Here, and the presentation is activity of the three books in the English, and one is of the author Miss Colombia. Is the first book is of the Fabio Silva Vallejo, who is an Colombian writer, and they born in Colombia in the 90, 1900, 1972, sorry, in Bogota, Colombia, in the capital. Or his love of the words and the writer is him to study anthropology in the Universidad Nacional University National of the Colombia capital. One of most famous his work is history is to read before sleep. This book. This book I wish I read and my children read for 10 years. With this and learning to read is a very interesting book for the children is because in this single book and the breaks in the others histories in the distributed in the different capitals and the different chapters in the book. And the children are learning to read this book for it's a great and attractions to take book Mr. Fabio. The book Mr. Fabio does not only have time to writing this man also sorry he also wish is the team to distract or the works helps give in the forum and seminars in the students of the others schools and the others universities in students their anthropology. And Fabio Silva Vallejo is a big writing and the big the big the big writing, yes. The work is to divide it of the into children's and young people and the young people literals and in those who succeed with his great work. We devoted himself to literature, sorry, and the pedagogic, and he went today the, in the city of Bogota, realized in the forums and the relations activities in the schools and the universities for the Fabio Silva Vallejo, good escritor. Okay, the second book is El Diablo de los Números, is of the book So Complete Mathematics, and Heinz Berg is the author. In the born in the Germany, in the writing born in the discount rate in 1910 129, sorry, and writer and the poet Kenyon has on of the writing representation bells of the German in the post-war. In the post-war, it is represented of the Germany took and was most writer is they have divided their time in the reading of the books and the poets in for the world and the dish is because he is also and the dish here in the writing and the poem is and the period is the one of the his tested and editorial is activity in one of the most in the more important works in the more in the more representative be of this writer in is the in English the devil of numbers el diablo de los números. This book is the editorial of the mathematic and about explaining into from another the point of the view because this book give of the changes and to the students or lesser is the solution mathematical exercises and with other type of the mathematical systems in a few words to circumvent the mathematics in the system on the writings from the years past that that made that this month and create the devil in another in the good plane and devil is all and the teach is a book the sing for the net for Jung in the people he and the students in the learn book for to make is very good and the use of the mathematics in the it's happy. Okay, the thrill book is the libro de la selva and the finished book is the book of the hunger is a book in inspiration and BT history of the shield raised be the hungry animal animals and zoos and the panther and the monkeys and the koa is an other wild animals of the jungle in is the this book has right be English in the Rudy Kipling. He born in the India. This in Manuel's the first British in the writer to win Nobel Prize of the Literature in the first public in the first publication of the book of the Libro de la Selva had some illustrations in the majority of the chapters with illustrations and in the create by his father. This man is to be to create his book in the age chapters in the show in the rising in reflections and valued in the age chapters and because this book or is very important in the literature in the world. For the books is the very important in the children for the study, writing and the study evaluation and no, pues the very important is the books on the life in the children's for the books is the very interesting and is for designed para for children and for the people others is good. Thank you very much.